This is Drink Talk, where we try to solve the world's problems one drink at a time. Every other week in this podcast, we talk about the topics of today and tomorrow while highlighting and enjoying beer, spirits, and wine from around the world and also crafted locally. Join us. We are your hosts, Brian and Britt.
Cheers. Welcome to Drink Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been a bit.
It has been.
We are back. It's been, what, three weeks?
3 weeks. We've been kind of busy cats lately.
Yeah, as life goes.
As life goes, but, you know, it's going to be summertime. Well, it is summertime.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it in some parts of the United States.
You know, official first day start of summer is usually...
June 21st, I thought. Something like that.
I don't know. But it's... Whoa.
Wow,
it's
mistake.
I got this new pop filter on there. It kind of sticks out a little far. Anyway, it's Memorial Day. You know, that's kind of everybody's first start.
Unofficial start of summer.
Start of summer. I actually pulled the pool outside.
Nice. I saw it deflated out there.
Yeah, about that. Then we had the hailstorm.
Yo, did that deflate the pool?
That now, you know, I don't.
Is that your deflate gate?
It is my deflate gate. I don't feel too bad about it because I got it at Costco.
Yeah.
And it was like $23. And so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
$23 pool, done.
Buy another one for $23.
Exactly. So I think I'm going to go with a hard plastic one this time instead of a blow up one.
A little like the rubber ones or whatever.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it. I got it.
Give it a get. All right, just getting our background music going so we can chill. So what are we doing today, Britt? This was kind of your thing because you got to meet a very cool person.
Yeah, well, I just happened to pop up to not Casual Pint because that's where I get my beer. This would have been Spirit World. So I popped into Spirit World
for all your spirit needs.
For all your spirit needs. No, we were out and about and we were heading back home. We ate at Petros. I had the chalice.
Yeah,
I made the post.
That sounds pretty
Some
cool.
people saw that.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Only cool people saw it.
Yeah, my wife was like, hey, wouldn't it be nice to have 2 or 3 more beers when we get home? I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. So we'll just pop in there. She took Guyver and they went and played on the swings and stuff and played on slides. And I popped into Spirit World and...
lo and behold, there was a signing event.
Exactly. They were. I saw Alziri there, and he's all like, "Wait a minute, Britt. Wait.
You ain't going anywhere.
Before you shop, you have to do this." And I'm like, "What do you mean, dude? Oh, I will do that for sure."
As a matter of fact, I will, Cubby.
And so now I shook hands with the co-owner, co-founder of the
Keith Kirchhoff.
Yeah, Keith, and
signed your cool little bottle.
Yeah, he signed the bottle. Now I tried the 4-year. And then I did the 6-year, and then they had a
barrel strength.
Mm-hmm. And by far the barrel strength was amazing.
Really?
But it was $40 more than the 6-year, so I'm like, proud of that. I'm good with the 6-year. We're good.
Now the price difference, I actually, because you had the bottle of 6-year, and I was like, you know what, it'd be nice to have the 4-year to a rookie mistake for me.
Right.
It'd be nice to test the 4-year against the 6-year to see what the difference was. And let people know what that is. Now, the cost difference really isn't that much difference. I think that I paid, and again, this is going to depend on where you buy your alcohol, but I bought the 4-year for $37, and then I don't remember what you paid for this.
The 6-year, it ended up being like $50 or something like that.
Okay, I was going to say Hy-Vee I think had it on sale for like 47, something. So I mean, $10 difference.
Yeah.
So for an extra year of aging on a rye whiskey. This is a rye. I think we talked about that. Templeton Rye Whiskey out of Templeton, Iowa.
Yeah.
Actually back in Templeton now because they were farming it out and got in some trouble a few years back, but now now it's back in Templeton, Iowa. So we're gonna test out the 4 and the 6-year while you talk about meeting Keith and getting that signed.
Do we want to do another one of these? I've got 2 more of these. You want me to just grab those?
Why don't you do that? That way we can get a.
We don't need the small ones.
No, we don't need that.
Cool.
Yeah, off screen we got our smattering of glasses for tonight, so we're gonna get into it, but we want it to breathe a little bit. A nice rule of thumb for me, anyway, when it comes to aged spirits, a year aged is a minute in the glass. So if you have the 4-year, let it age or let it breathe for 4 minutes. Kind of like Scotch. If you got a 12-year Scotch, let it breathe for 12 minutes and then get into it. Thank you, sir. Why don't you talk about meeting Keith Kirchhoff?
Well, I mean, I didn't really get to spend a whole lot of time with him or talk to him really per se, just a shake of a hand, really. He was kind of talking to a bunch of people, and I was really just looking to get in and out of the place. And so I unfortunately didn't get a chance to spend some quality time with him. So, but it was nice that he signed all these bottles, and
yeah, very cool.
It was awesome that he was actually there instead of just sending some guy from the factory, to do that. He was actually there. So.
I'm going to say right off the bat, and when you're done pouring, Britt, I was going to hold these up to the camera because they're quite different in color. In the bottle, they looked a little different, but like in the glass, they're way different in color. So I'll hold mine up.
Yep. Move it right over there. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, these are, so this one over here in the smaller non-Glencairn glass is, this is the Aaron glass, actually. This is the 4-year, and it's more golden in color. And then the this one over here, and then this one is the 6-year, which is more copper.
Yeah, more looks oakier.
Just
oakier? Is that a word?
Well, I mean, it's been aged for two more years in the barrel, so yeah.
I guess we get a shot of the.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah, a shot of the bottles there too. Why not?
Yeah. So I'm interested to try these. Wonder if there's a aroma difference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 6-year definitely has a more rich aroma to it. Caramel notes in the aroma. Where it just yeah, the 6-year just seems a little bit more way more mature.
Oakier.
Yeah, the oak does come out.
Yeah.
But whereas the 4-year, not so much.
All right, well, I'm down for the 4-year first.
Yep.
Bingo.
Clinky before you drinky. Smooth.
Yeah. Real smooth.
For a 4-year, usually like the lower ones tend to be. And also rye whiskeys tend to be more assertive in flavors, which is why a lot of bartenders use them for mixing. Because rye is a pretty... If you're not a fan of flavor, stay away from ryes. Right. I am a fan of flavors.
Yeah, no.
So this is quite good. This is very smooth for a 4-year.
Yeah. I can feel the slight burn going down my throat. Just a little bit. Not bad.
Yeah, there's a tinge of it in there. Some light caramel notes, but it's not very rich. It's a pretty subtle notes all around. But yeah, it's to me it's surprisingly smooth. What's the do we have an alcohol content on there, Britt? I didn't look earlier. Might be on the back.
So this is 40% alcohol, so 80 proof.
Yeah, so it's the bare minimum. I wonder if this one's...
I think it's a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, it is. The 6-year has 45.75, so 91.5 proof.
And the barrel strength one is 101 proof.
Okay, so considerably more.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I like it. I dig it. I'm gonna.
So we've had Templeton Rye on the show before.
We have. Yes, we have. And I think we did the difference between the regular and the 4-year, like we did a non-age statement. So it was probably minimum 2 years, probably just age for the 2 years, and then didn't put the age statement on there, and then did the 4-year. Now they have the 6-year, which is nice.
Yeah.
Maybe. I haven't tried it yet.
I know.
I'm cleansing my palate before we try that.
So yeah, just moments before the show, I got to do a shout out to George. Wish you could have been here, buddy. He had some unforeseen events take place that just couldn't make it here. So
hope all is well. I hope
all is well.
Yeah, all the whatever came up, I hope it's something minor and it gets taken care of.
We'll get you on again.
Yes.
We will get you on again.
We got a spot for you right here, or if you want to be next to Britt, you can go over there. So, whatever. Either one.
I'm down for the 6-year.
Yeah. Did you cleanse your palate?
Ooh, yeah, good call.
Yeah. I'm really interested to try this with the...
I'll do a little bit of this.
Oh, you're gonna. It's not really neutralizing your palate with lemonade.
Well,
but it is good lemonade.
It is good lemonade. The lemon, yeah. Oh yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, you can taste. So it's a little bit, very, very caramel flavor, but it's a little bit more burny in the back.
Yes, definitely.
But it's also higher alcohol content.
Yes.
But man, the caramel notes on it jump out a lot to me compared to the 4-year
Caramello. Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely taste the caramello in this.
Mm. Quite delicious. I'm a fan. I would go with the 6-year, and it really for $10 more.
Well, that's what the hook point was for $10 more. I was like, well, why wouldn't you go with the 6-year?
Yeah, more mature. Oh man, that second drink. Yeah, the first one you get a little bit of the burn. That second drink, nothing. That's super smooth. Well done, Templeton.
Yeah,
I'm a fan. Can't go wrong for $47 or whatever it was, $50.
no, they put on their actual bottle the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty bold to put that on your bottle.
Yeah, and I love the story behind Templeton. This was actually what Al Capone had smuggled into the jail. Was Templeton, and they built the they were whiskey running, and they built a lot of their empire running bootleg whiskey.
That's got to be something weird. Like, how do you? I mean, there's ways, I guess. People you can pay off.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What was I reading?
Something. A story.
Yeah, I was reading something about something with the things and the stuff.
You know.
Oh, yeah, that's later in the talk.
That's cool. We'll bring it up later.
Yeah, I'll bring it up later.
There you go.
But it has to do with payoffs, paying off the police and all that. It was back in the 60s. So, just, you look the other way and...
Hush money. That's why they call it hush money. I got it.
Exactly. So, did we say when that signing event was? That was Friday?
That was...
Yeah,
that was Friday. Yeah.
As was, I want to talk about some events and Proof down in Midtown Crossing.
Yeah, you were kind of on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah, so I went there for their 2-year anniversary. They had that Friday and Saturday. And a good friend of mine, Josh, was actually playing the music there. So if you happen to partake of some of the fine beverages that you can find at Proof, then you heard some the sultry sounds of Josh Powell. He is quite
Shout out to Josh.
Yes. He's quite the artist, and does a lot of songs from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and now. So, but yeah, that was Friday and Saturday, and yesterday and the day before, and then we got this coming weekend, College World Series kickoff.
That is
Saturday.
coming right up.
It's a big deal for Omaha.
It's a big deal. Like the place that I work is kind of catty corner to that, and. I get on the radio and try to make calls to people, and they're like, there's this thing, there's an event going on that we're getting ready for. It's kind of a big deal, so that'll have to be wait. Okay, all right, cool, I get it.
Fine, yeah,
I get it.
That's something that they worried about, having the now CHI Health Center Arena.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, catty corner to the TD Ameritrade Park. With the parking lot, the shared parking lots,
yes.
And having the College World Series going on, and then, well, what if something else is happening big, like a big concert or something? It's like, now concerts are usually held at night.
Yeah.
Whereas I know some of the games actually go pretty late, but I think last year, they've been that way for a couple of years, so I have heard it's been crazy, but not like...
Well, ironically, we only had one event planned during the College World Series, and that event canceled. So I don't know how they plan it. I don't know if it's because we're starting to go into summer and everybody's starting to take their vacations, but like where the College World Series is at is like the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because it's like nobody wants to have a meeting because everybody's starting all their vacations and going on road trips and doing all these sort of things. Yeah. So they don't want to hold one of these big, huge meetings right over College World Series.
And sometimes it does get a little hot that first week or second week of June here in Omaha. This year, though, tell you what, it's starting out to be in the 70s and very, very low 80s
It was nice today.
Yeah, it was below 70. It was like 68 degrees today.
I mowed my lawn this morning, got that all done, trimmed all the hedges.
Yeah,
so
pretty crazy. Hey Ben, hey Doug.
Shout out.
Yeah, I know Ben is an aficionado of whiskey, and so he's gonna enjoy the Templeton.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna do some more of the 6-year, but I want to get an ice cube and chill it down. Chill it out.
I'm probably gonna do the same with you because that's a good thing. So you want to talk about the other event going on this coming weekend on Sunday? Faja's Day.
Oh yeah. I'm like, well, we should talk about it's your birthday tomorrow. How about that?
Is it?
There's that thing too.
I forgot about that.
I know, Brian. We're all getting older. Yep. I'm getting older. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be 38 this year. Ugh.
Yep. Just you wait, brother.
Just you wait.
Just you wait.
I already feel like I'm like mid 40s. My bones.
That's terrible because
that's horrible.
I'm the other way. I'm like I don't feel like I'm gonna keep that neutral because I want to
neutral.
Well, I do like drinking it neat. I also like drinking it cold, but the cold when you drink it super cold, it does take away from the flavor a little bit.
Sure.
Which is why.
Well, it also dilutes it.
A little bit, which is why we're doing the giant ice cubes so they don't dilute too much. But that's why when you're in college and you're drinking out of those frosted mugs and all that, just to kind of neutralize some of that flavor.
Sure.
I'll give you the heavier pour.
That's fine. I can do that. I can deal with that. But yeah, your birthday's coming up, so there's that, and we're gonna go do something special for you tomorrow.
I think we're just
hanging out, eating some dinner.
Yeah, Dad and I talked about it, and my favorite is just hanging out with families and grilling up get some steaks, get some chicken.
Yeah,
put on the grill.
Steaks, absolutely.
And he's like, yeah, I can make that happen. So it's a lot cheaper than going out to Johnny's,
right?
but
it is nice. We go.
It is nice. Yeah.
See you later. Don't know to clean up that mess.
That's true. I
don't know why my voice went that way, but
but I think with the kid. I mean, we all got little kids, and getting together at the restaurant is fun for the adults, but I think it tends to be a little boring for the kids.
You're right,
especially when you're going to a restaurant that's going to take a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, keep them occupied is my thing.
Yes,
Guyver is always on the move and always on the go, and he needs attention all the time. And today was the first official day of Vacation Bible School. So it's VBS. They wanted to make it kind of like a family affair, and so they invited everybody, and I was like, yeah, I can be there Sunday, but I can't really account for what the rest of my week's going to look like. It's
kind of a different
tomorrow
way,
night.
yeah.
I'm going to be with you with your birthday going on. So
thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. But it was a lot of fun. We had a good time, but we were sitting in the chapel and singing, and they had a pet show. Oh, it was great. They had an alligator. They had a kangaroo. They had snakes and turtles. Guyver loved it. He was like, "Oh my gosh, turtle! Oh, I want to pet it."
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
Like they had a real live turtle and all that?
Real live turtle.
Nice.
Like, it was like this big.
Oh.
Not turtle.
Snapping turtle.
Tortoise. They had a tortoise.
The ones that get old and giant.
Well, I guess I didn't really realize this, but I thought, okay, turtle, tortoise. Got it. It's just another name for a turtle. It's a tortoise.
Alligator, crocodile.
Well, here's the thing.
Different.
A turtle usually loves water and gets in, swims around. It's got claws. It's got webbed feet. It's a turtle. Whereas a tortoise doesn't like getting wet and doesn't like going in the water. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there's a video of a guy that he posted of himself finding a tortoise, and like, oh look, I put it back in the water, and they're like, that was a tortoise, man, you just drowned the tortoise. Wasn't a turtle.
Yeah, right. Whoops.
Yeah.
Whereas our little turtle, our red-eared slider turtle upstairs, loves, like 99.9999% of the time it's in the water. Like, it's got a heat lamp. I'm like, but the water's a little bit cooler, but I've got a heat But no,
got a jacuzzi for your turtle.
Kind of. I mean, it says you have to have it at a proper temperature. I don't know if I have it at 100% the right temperature, but I mean, it's at least got to keep the water warm. So, yeah, I got to do that for my turtle. Turtle.
Oh, another pop culture reference.
Right.
What else we got going? We got the Omaha Beer Fest. That's coming up at the end of the month. Saturday, June 29th.
Are we going to be able to make that? Are we going to do that? Question mark. I like that.
Yeah. It's from 4 to 9 p.m. at Horseman's Park. Good place to go. End of the June though. It tends to get a little warm. I'd advise getting out there early.
Much better, cooler.
Bring a cooling towel.
Right.
They do have
maybe
like
a jacket.
Yeah, nah, you don't want a jacket.
I'm just kidding. Don't bring a jacket.
Yeah, they do have like water games where you tend to cool off.
Where is this one at? Horseman's Park.
Horseman's Park.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was a fun one. I enjoyed myself.
63rd and was that center?
I like playing that little basketball game thing that we did. It was like trying to shoot into the barrels.
The 55-gallon barrels of water. Yep.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was those beard guys.
And that one, Rich, we need you on the show, buddy. Man, I should have asked him to come on this one. Yeah, my Rich old, man.
Too bad.
Right? I miss that dude. He's awesome.
Yeah. We've invited him a few times. I think we scared him.
No, he's a busy cat now. He's doing like TV, broadcasting and all that stuff, news station, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it gets busy and overwhelming, and I get it.
Yeah.
I am as well.
Speaking of busy, what do you got going on this summer?
So I have taken the first week of July off, so that would be perfect to go to Beer Fest, because that would be the start. That would be my start of my vacation, essentially, that weekend. But yeah, there just wasn't much going on, and it's weird with 4th of July being on a Thursday.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's on a Thursday.
You know how many people are not going to show up to work on the 5th?
Right. I know. I'm just like, it is what it is. I mean, it's just like when Christmas is on a Tuesday. It's like, well, what do you do with a Monday? I mean, you got to take Monday.
Well, with Christmas being on a Tuesday, I mean, a lot of people.
I don't know if it's on Tuesday.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying people can take Christmas Eve, which would be Monday,
right,
off, and there's your 4-day weekend. So.
Right. So I've put that in the books so that I have that first week off. What I'm going to do with that, I don't know.
Staycation.
Well, we did that last year. So I want to do something, whether it is just go camping somewhere or go down to like Kansas City, like World of Fun.
Yeah, someplace close.
You know, something to get out of Omaha, essentially. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'll be here for the 4th of July, but
that'd be good.
Do something Monday, Tuesday,
for
Wednesday.
Our birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She is a 4th of July baby. That's so cool, getting fireworks for her birthday every year.
Everybody celebrates her birthday.
It's like a present right there.
Yep, all wrapped into one. Very cool. Yeah, we're going to Boise, Idaho.
Boise. Oh, yeah, you were kind of talking about that the last show.
Yeah,
a little bit.
We want to knock off all 50 states for the girls before they graduate. It's kind of a goal for us.
You should stay in the giant potato.
We got to find the giant potato, but yeah. Apparently it's in Boise somewhere.
Right?
If it's giant, I should be able to find it.
Right?
Who knows how big it is?
It's apparently it's like half the size of this room. It's pretty.
Oh yeah, you can like stay the night in it.
There's a bed inside of it.
Yeah, there's the whole room inside there.
Yeah, weird.
Why does it smell like starch? Well, you're in a potato.
Well, could you imagine digging that thing up?
Well, I mean, no.
You know what I mean? It's just all like,
crane.
There's a. I mean, for one, the dirt looks like a potato. Potato's brown, dirt's brown. It's all the same thing. But like, could you imagine digging that thing up? Or I don't know. Would you have to dig it up? Would it get so big that it would just start making the dirt around it? You know, I don't know.
At some point, I don't know.
Is it still growing?
I don't know if it's attached or not.
I don't know.
These are the
probably not.
These are the important questions,
right?
Can a potato grow once you dig it up?
Well, and once you hollow the middle of it out, I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, but the nutrients come in from the vine.
Nutrients from the vine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's a good name for a wine, I guess. That'd be cool. Nutrients from the vine.
All right, so. Potatoes.
Riddle me this.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm like, potatoes are kind of like pumpkins because they're on the vine and all that stuff.
But pumpkins grow above ground.
Pumpkins grow above ground.
Above ground?
Ground.
Sally sells she-shells.
Well, I wonder what the world's largest pumpkin is. I don't know.
Man. Well, what was the one Cinderella was in? That was pretty big.
Yeah, right. She rode around in it. But no, yeah, I'm just thinking the same thing. Like, if they've got a potato house, do they got a pumpkin house? I don't know.
More of the important questions,
right? I wouldn't want to stay in it though, because like cleaning out a pumpkin is kind of like smelly to me. Like I'll do it, but it's like, you know, like I don't really like the smell of. Now I love the smell of pumpkin pie.
Yes,
that is good.
Yep.
But there's sugar and things of that nature in pumpkin pie.
My wife is not a pumpkin pie fan, which is okay by me because that means when there's pumpkin pie in the house, it's mine.
Nice.
My pie.
Solid.
Mm-hmm. Give me some homemade whipped cream on that thing, and like where you can't even see it, just like lather the whole thing. Pile of whipped cream.
There you go.
Can't even see it. Love it.
So you were telling me earlier, what's this Al Capone thing you were going to be talking about?
Oh, that was the paying off thing. So
yeah, paying off people.
Well, that just gets into that gets into one of the other topics we wanted to talk about. We're kind of flying through this pretty quick, but
that's all right. We're
half hour in. Yeah,
no time.
We wanted to talk a little bit about diversity because this month is Pride Month.
Yep.
And so I was doing some research on how it all got started and why it's June and all that, because I'm interested in the why, not necessarily just cause.
Yeah. And well, I guess for me the why is why a month, not a week, not a day, but a month. Why? I mean, why?
There's
that
other
doesn't
months,
it doesn't bother me at all, but
February, Black History Month.
Oh, okay,
and,
all right, sure.
The military, they get. You've got Memorial Day in May, even though that's for the ones that didn't come back. But really, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in May for veterans, and then Veterans Day, which is in November. Yep. Most of November, you've got a lot of specials. So really, yes, they get. If you want to get technical, they get 2 days, okay. But really, the whole month, there's stuff going on. So,
sure.
They just don't say it's Veterans Month.
Right.
So yeah, I get where you're coming from, but the reality is, it's fine. Whatever.
We have so many events going on. We need more than a week.
Yeah,
it's got to be a month.
Well, and
that's fine.
Yeah. The reason that all got started and they chose June was the Stonewall riots.
Yes.
Back in
I heard about that actually last night.
Yeah, June 28th, 1969 was actually when that happened, and it's actually the 50-year anniversary this year.
Wow.
And that happened in late June, so they chose June as Pride Month. And to me, I always thought of when I thought of Pride Month, because I'm not of that community. I have friends that are in the community. We've had some relatives that are in the community, but
sure,
we personally haven't been in the community.
Yeah, no, I don't go to the parades really, and things of that nature.
So I always thought of it as just a way to celebrate that, but really, what Pride Month is about is the steps that have been made within the United States.
The progress
that's been made in the United States and around the world. This isn't just celebrated here. This is celebrated around the world. But the steps that have been taken, and it's the positive things that have happened, and that's what they're celebrating. Not necessarily the fact that they are this community, but it's how they've grown and how the legal steps and also the way society views them. So it's a little different than what I was thinking. Which is pretty cool.
Right. And to me, I always found it weird. People were trying to, get married, to men, to women, whatever. And there was legal ramifications. There was like, no, you can't do this. And I was in my head, back when I was young, I was like, can't we just do whatever we want to do? Like this, we should be able to choose. you, as a government, shouldn't tell me how I should live my life. I mean, more and more the government is telling us how to live our lives, but
Well, the thing that I never got, and what nobody talked about, was if you want to boil it down to it, it kind of bypassed the separation of church and state, because the whole reason they were talking about it was religious reasons,
right? Because in the Bible,
right?
you know, sure.
But that doesn't have any bearing on. I mean, yes, people consider us a Christian nation, but I mean, really, we're an amalgam of a lot of different religions.
Sure.
Were the founding fathers Christian? More than likely, but that was, one of the predominant religions that came here. The Protestant and all that, they came here, and so I would say that that if you're going to use that as the argument, well, that you're using a religious argument to do a legal situation, so it didn't really hold water for me. So I don't know. I don't see how it affects me if it's legal for them to marry. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. Whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like, to each his own.
Yeah.
I don't want to stray too far into. Everyone has their vice, and as long as you're not hurting someone else, then feel free, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I to tell you what you need to do with your life?
Mm-hmm.
You live it the way you want to live it. That's the way I say it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. We're having some.
Use it when you need it.
That's right. We're having some. I don't know if it's my workstation here or
The
if
Wi-Fi.
it's
Could be the Wi-Fi.
That's possible. We'll see.
You could restart.
I did.
Press restart.
Yeah. Oh well. We'll keep it rolling.
Somebody did that at work the other day, and they came to me with a problem, and it was like, Britt, this thing, it's not working. It is not working at all. And I'm like, have you tried restarting it? And they're like, Britt, it's not working. We restarted, and it was working.
The first rule of tech support, man. Just
dude, seriously,
turn it off, turn it back on.
Turned it off. My wife, her phone was all acting all weird, and I was all like, "When was the last time you turned it off?" She's like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Probably been a month, maybe. Probably. When was the last time you let it run out of battery power?" So. Turn it off every once in a while. Like, try to make a priority of turning my phone off at least once a week. At least. Because, you done with the day, you plug it in and it recharges, and then you just keep going with it. But yeah, at least once a week. It's amazing how much more faster your phone would be. More faster. If you just restart it every once in a while. Yeah. Only phones, computers, and any electronic devices.
Tech stuff comes up every now and again. You need to do that.
Right? Speaking of stuff not working properly, my car. Well, it'd actually be my wife's car. So this morning, I went to go mow the lawn, and I grabbed the keys, and I wanted to do it before church and all that stuff. And I get into her car, and turn the key forward, and it goes. It doesn't even start. It just, the dashboard lights are like flickering, and I'm like, really? Like, one thing after another with this darn car. Over the winter, I had that flat tire situation, and then I had to go get a new rim. Anyway, I just push it out of the garage with my feet, and let it roll into the driveway, pull up the other car next to it, hook up the stuff, and starts right up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe it was just dead battery. She left the light on or something like that. Took it around the block once, let the battery recharge a little bit and whatnot, and then backed it into the garage instead of, driving into the garage. Just in case.
Yep.
Turn the car off. Immediately can't start the car right when I turn it off. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, on you have a voltmeter there. Didn't you check that?
I just I did not. I was more wanting to mow the lawn, not work on car problems. Yeah. And life, man. So I just pushed that aside and did the lawn stuff, and ended up kind of skipping church, which was unfortunate because of all this car stuff, and then that pushed me back with mowing the lawn, and I wanted to mow the lawn so that I had time to spend time with Guyver when he got back and all that. Anyway, VBS happened. After VBS, we went and got a battery. Started right up.
Nice.
Vroom. I'm like, all right, it was the battery, good. But I could have swore I replaced that battery in there like 2-3 years ago. I think it was 3. And I'm sure the warranty was 2. And then it was like,
and I'm done.
So this time I bought the 3-year warranty. Just like, hey, let me go a little bit more. But the first battery that was in there lasted like 10 years. Like, why is batteries going to crap now? Shouldn't they be getting better, not worse?
You would think.
You would think.
Yeah.
But in the generation of
Throwaway
generation, that's how they get you. Mm-hmm. That is how they get you. Like, we should make a battery that lasts 10 years. Why? What are we doing? We're kicking ourselves in the butt. Make it only last 2. 3. 3 tops. Right after the warranty. At year 4, I want that battery just to stop. Mm-hmm. I want to have an internal timer inside of there and just stops.
Yeah. I wanted to bring the train back on the tracks for diversity.
Yeah, well, sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's not just about Pride Month, but I mean, there's a lot of diversity things going on here within this nation and around the world. But I mean, we are a nation of many peoples.
Can I get another ice cube? I'm going to go for the 4-year now instead of the 6.
Look at you.
Well, I mean, I still have just the itsy bitsy left.
These are really cool cubes. I like them.
Yeah, you know where I found that? At Ace Hardware.
Nice. I'm going to actually pour a little Dr. Pepper in mine just to see
how
that goes.
I would have chased it. But yeah, I was at Ace Hardware, and it was cheap. It was on their discount rack. I was like, oh, sweet.
Nice.
And I bought 2 of them.
Yeah, Ace Hardware getting ice cube stuff.
Well, it was random. It was like at the end of an aisle cap, and it was
like
all
Menards. Menards has random stuff.
Right? And it was like 40% off, or something like that. 40% off. And I was like, an ice cube tray for $5. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get 2 of those.
So a friend of mine, well, Mike, who's been on the program before.
Mike, where you been, man?
Busy with life.
Busy,
He's got the in-laws in town.
Ooh.
Speaking of, so they have 8 feet of snow in Montana right now.
Yeah, sure.
And just snowed again this morning. So
what?
That's all going to be coming down here.
It's like
over
global
the summer.
Warming. All that global warming.
But
is
we're already
making
seeing
snow.
flooding here now, and it hasn't even really begun yet.
Right.
So yay, fun.
Well, we can't get into Iowa from
again.
What is that? The Mormon Bridge.
680. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mormon Bridge. You can't go over the Mormon Bridge and get into Iowa anymore.
Well,
again.
29 closed again. Both inside Council Bluffs and south of Council Bluffs.
Yeah.
So yay, great. And they just opened Gavin's Point on Saturday, so we're gonna see a lot of that. Saturday last week, they just opened that up again.
What about the what is it, the thing?
The dam.
The dam.
That's
the dam.
That's just what
no,
I'm talking about.
Not Gavin's Point. The other dam, the one that collapsed. Have they begun rebuilding, or
that's gonna take forever?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes into building a dam, but
Erica just said she's gonna take some pictures on the way to Missouri. Thanks, sister.
Hey, did I see you bought a camper, Erica?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. We had some issues. Let us know if the pausing's continuing. Not sure what's going on with that, but hopefully it worked itself out.
Yeah, if it continues I always forget that the thing records on a memory card, so like we could take that out and put that up too.
Yeah, which would be a high quality video.
It would be higher quality, but the thing is, we'd lose all the comments.
Yeah,
if we uploaded.
Okay, well, one of those. Yeah,
Catch 22.
Yeah, something like that.
Catch 44.
Welcome, she says.
Welcome.
Awesome. So yeah, they just got a camper. So
yeah,
very cool. Yeah.
You know, when that thing sits in your driveway for like 2 or 3 months, I'm probably gonna go, "Hey, can I borrow that?"
Like, please. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, what are you gonna tow it with?"
Well, yeah. Right. Well, I mean, I've got a V6, SUV.
Yeah, I know, but
I would tow it.
Well, it can tow it. I don't know if your frame or unibody can handle the weight of it.
Oh, I just need to put the tow package thing on there.
Just because you can put a tow package on it doesn't mean your vehicle can handle that kind of weight.
It's got some get up and go power.
Yeah.
That's for darn sure.
Yep.
It's zippy.
Zippy peppy. What were we talking about?
LGBT.
Well, diversity,
yeah.
in general. So I don't know. Have you heard of what's going on with Sephora, the makeup company that's going on now?
I thought Sapporo was a beer.
Well, it's SEPH, so it might be Sephora. It's a makeup
Sephora.
Maybe.
Euphoria. Yeah, that would make sense.
Sephora. SEPHORA.
I don't know. What's the deal with it?
Well, so do you remember 2 years ago, or last year, Starbucks shutting down, doing diversity training and all that because of there were 2 African Americans that came in and used the bathroom, and they were not customers, so they called the cops on them because they wouldn't leave and all that. And so then they
because they could be doing crack in the restrooms.
Well,
and that's hearsay. That's
it's just totally wow. I mean,
you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, though. You don't know what's going on,
right? Yeah. But so they shut Starbucks down. Starbucks nationally shut down for an entire day to do diversity training. So, same thing happened with Sephora. SCZA, she's an R&B artist. I'm sorry, I'm not hip enough with the times.
Keep on this.
Why do you get all the easy ones? But she was at one of the stores, and they called the security because they thought she was stealing stuff. Like she's a
popular artist.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, she laughed it off, but then they took it seriously because the power of social media, and so they shut down Sephora so they can do diversity training for all of their employees. Which
the only thing I've heard from Starbucks lately is that they're slowly killing the world because of all the straws. So I think they got rid of their straws. That's all I've heard from of that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Erica said we're going to do a siblings trip in the camper for sure.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Done and done.
That would be awesome.
I know my vehicle would handle towing it.
Right? I think mine's big. It can do it. It can do it.
Yep.
I think it's a 5.6 liter. I don't know.
It is not a 5.6 liter. That's
it's
gigantic.
It's got a Hemi in it. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Board up 454, big block. Got about 700 horsepower in the thing.
Speaking of that, speaking of horsepower and all that stuff, a really cool thing we did last Sunday. We got back from church, and Guyver was really ranting and raving about this car show, and I was all like, "Oh, the one that's down there at the shrines." He's like, "Yeah, all that car and the train was there, and all that." And
I bet you Maynard that was there with his car.
What does he got?
Corvette, red Corvette.
Yeah, there was lots of
a little red Corvette, just like Prince used to say.
There was. Oh, I didn't see Maynard, but
he would have been out there with it.
Oh my gosh, Maynard is hilarious. Mm-hmm. He called me one time, and he goes, "Hey, Britt, you know who this is?" And I'm all like, "It's Maynard." I'm like, "I know your voice, man. Like, you're the only guy that talks like that from Nebraska,
on the planet."
Like, yeah,
you
sound like you're from Arkansas, but you're definitely from Nebraska. But yeah, such a good guy. But yeah, it was a cool car show. Lots of Corvettes. There was lots of Corvettes there, and lots of souped up trucks and old cars, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, we were there for maybe 25-30 minutes and stuff, and just kind of did our rounds and looked at stuff. But oh man, there were some sweet cars there. Sweet.
I gotta say this Dr. Pepper. Oh, that reminds me of a story. This Dr. Pepper and the whiskey is really good. So back to Mike.
All right, I'll try your Dr. Pepper whiskey.
So he ordered a Dr. Pepper and whiskey, and so the waiter brought him a glass of Dr. Pepper and a glass of whiskey.
Awesome, awesome,
nailed it.
That's the way I would want to do it.
That's right.
I always told.
Hey, Sean.
I always told people Dr. Pepper was the whiskey was the 24th flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Of Dr. Pepper.
That's right. 20, and then there's their 24 hours in the day.
Oh my gosh. Blows your mind.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 24 in a case, 24 hours a day. Coincidence?
I think not. No way.
Mm. So what's your favorite on these? So far? We're drinking, for those of you that are joining, we are drinking on Templeton Rye, and we have the 4-year and the 6-year. And this one, I don't know if we can zoom in on it, but it's got
We
the signature of the co-owner. And
Why don't you hold it up a little closer to the camera, and I'll just follow your hand there. Bingo.
Bingo, bango, boo.
I'm sure that's not showing up, but
Well,
we'll
it's
see.
actually tough to read because he signed it right over the picture. But
That's all good. So you were saying favorite. I would say 6 years a favorite because it's just got a little bit more bite to it. So if I was, if I was faced to buy one of the two, and I go, well, here's the 4, there's the 6, it's $10 more. I'm like, I'm gonna go with the 6 for sure, because it was just for $10 more. But with that said, as far as mixers, I would go with 4 if I was going to be mixing.
Oh, absolutely. If
I was mixing.
Yeah, you don't want to mix a high quality spirit. Those are for drinking.
Yeah.
So I'm the same with you. I would mix the 4. I would keep the neat. So, and speaking of, what is your favorite way to drink whiskey?
My favorite way to drink whiskey is typically just an ice cube and the whiskey, so it's pure, but it's cold. So it does get a little bit of dilution. Dilution?
That's a word.
Sure. Because
solution to pollution is dilution.
You can clearly see that it's very diluted now that I've had it sitting here. And then I have a chaser, whether it be the Coca-Cola Classic or the Dr. Pepper. My preference would be the Dr. Pepper. I like the Coca-Cola's got a little bit more bite to it. It's got a little bit it can dissolve batteries. I don't know. Flavor. But
that's a thing. Look it up.
There it is a thing. Whereas Dr. Pepper's got a little bit more of a candy flavor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd go with that. Yeah.
So the way I would drink it would be have a secondary cup for a chaser, and then just do it with the ice cube.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Erica would be proud because she's a Dr. Pepper fan.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I might have turned her on to that. I don't know.
But she's a rum and Dr. Pepper.
So yeah, that's what I used to drink was rum and Dr. Pepper back in the day. But I don't know. Maybe she turned herself on.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper and Captain, she said.
Yep.
Yeah, mine is either neat or like I would say one ice cube, and it either have to be like the big giant one or like just a small chip, just to cool it down. Add a little bit of water to it, let it open up.
Yeah,
cool it down just slightly. That's my favorite way, just by itself.
I go 100 miles an hour every single day of the week, every moment of the day. And so I'm naturally like constantly sweating. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like constantly clammy and constantly sweaty because I'm just like, because I'm going 100 miles an hour. So, I'm always looking for a cold beverage. So, if I'm going to have a whiskey, I want it to at least be cold.
Yeah. Fair point. Just keep it in the fridge.
Exactly.
See, I used to, when I was in the military, I used to keep a bottle of Maker's Mark in the freezer.
There you go.
Do shots with that, and because of the higher
I like how they dip the bottles.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which makes it hard when you buy it brand new and you put it in the freezer.
Oh yeah, you open it first.
Yeah, that wax gets a little tough. Yeah. Give me an ice pick.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, there with the bottle. Once glass shards in their shot.
Can we go to Menards and get some nails?
What do we need nails for?
Stir our drinks.
Oh, duh.
Inside joke.
Yeah, I think we have talked about that, actually.
We have talked about it.
Yeah.
See our past episodes for the answer to that question.
Yeah. Or send $5 right now.
Yeah. We do have a Patreon account. If you'd like to donate, we really never talk about that ever. Like I started it, I think 6 or 8 months ago, and I think we've gotten 2 donations.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Whatever. We're a self-funded organization. No.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Organization of 2.
Yeah. But no, it's good.
Co-chairs.
Co-chairman.
Yes.
Co-chairman right now.
Co-chairman. I'm the
Literally.
CEO of...
right? We're the president. We are the president.
President, CEO, and owner.
Of Drink Talk.
And chief cook and bottle washer.
Awesome.
All the above, yes.
And we stray so far away from topics sometimes.
We did. Oh, man. That's why we need another producer, or a producer. so we can
production manager.
Yeah, so we can keep us on track.
Right.
Or she. Doesn't have to be he.
Right.
Talking about diversity.
What I'd like to see, like, I was actually watching Joe Rogan the other day.
It's a great podcast.
Love his podcast, and they've got this new thing on YouTube. It's the best of Joe Rogan for each week, and so it goes through all the guests that he's had that week. I think it's awesome, and he just touches on the cool points that he's this week he had Wiz Khalifa on, and who else did he have? He had a bunch of characters on there. Anyway, I just like the way the camera moves. Like, it's on the person talking, and then every once in a while Joe Rogan...
Which we can do, but I mean...
We can do. Yeah. Like, I can be like, okay, well, I'm talking now. But here's the thing. I want to be part of the show. I want to be the one that I'm just drinking and talking, and I don't want to have to worry about panning in, panning out. Because ultimately, it would be me looking at this thing all the time and not at you or the camera, I would be more enveloped in doing things. And
we could focus more on the talk.
Exactly.
Which would be great.
Yeah. But see, with you just talking just a second ago, you weren't in the shot because I'm in the shot.
Oh, that's okay.
That's okay.
They want to see your face.
It's all right. It's okay.
You have such a pretty face.
But also with multiple different camera angles, like we would have to get more cameras. The camera is a straight on instead of a side profile.
I want an 8mm.
Yeah, there you go. I want a reel to reel is what I want. But
it's the giant.
Yeah.
What's that noise? Don't worry about it.
We're recording.
Yeah.
But with that said, he doesn't do live. So
true.
They produce it, they put it together, they add in all the graphics and all that stuff at a later time, whereas we're 100% live. It's on the fly. And so yes, I need a producer to come on the show so that I don't have to worry about intro, outro, music and levels and all that sort of jazz, and then also camera angles. And if we get to that point, we'd need a better switcher, and then I lots of money, but we're self-funded, so it'll come sometime.
So what we're saying is, if you want to do this, we'll pay you in whatever we're doing.
$1 million right now and loves to give some of it away, we'll take it.
Or if you want to work for drinks, there you go.
There you go. Big bada boom.
Yep. You just solved it right there.
All the world's problems right there.
Or ours.
Our problem.
So good. So good. So
right?
good. Yeah, I'm out of my notes. So we're just
out of your notes. It doesn't matter.
I didn't have any really. It's just a couple events, couple things, diversity. Diversity.
It's summertime, Brian. I'm ready. I'm ready to work less.
Well, you got a ways to go.
You're
gonna buy that Segway so you can work less, so you don't have to hoof it everywhere.
Well, I'll just grab one of the new scooters that are in town.
Oh, there you go, those green scooters.
Have you seen those things?
I have seen them. I was down in Midtown for Proof's thing, and I saw them down there.
So the concept is kind of neat to me.
They do pay people for picking them up and charging them. Right. I don't know.
So Jake down at the Hive, he's one of those guys that since he's downtown, since he has a building, at night he'll grab some and throw them in, charge them. He gets paid for that, or I don't know if it's paid as much as
I think they give you some.
Well, that and
not a lot.
It's not a lot, but also like they give you a deduction on your electric bill.
Oh.
So that's kind of cool. I heard that.
So partnering with OPPD
but literally, I don't know if not all our viewing audience knows what's going on, but there's scooters primarily downtown. There's some midtown. I saw one today on 74th and Pacific. It ran out of money, and the guy just so that you can do that. So you can rent these scooters. It's $1 a minute or something like that. And you can just take them wherever you want to go. You could take them right to your house. Yep. And then you just leave it outside or wherever it runs out of battery power or not battery power, but runs out of time. And then you just leave it.
Yep.
You just they all have GPS tracking on them. There's an app you can get if you want to find a scooter.
Search and rescue.
It's a search and rescue thing. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I could ping the app right now, and I could go, where are these scooters at? And I go, oh, there's one 2 blocks away. Cool, grab a scooter, and they zip along. I mean, they're like golf carts. Like they go like 10, 15 miles an hour.
Well, and they said that. So the first time I saw one was actually in Exarban, which is 72nd and Mercy roughly. And I saw a gal on the road, and I was like, oh man. But then I had heard that if they catch you on the sidewalks, that's a big no. So you have to be on. You're supposed to be on the streets with these things.
I see them on the sidewalks all the time.
Not supposed to be.
Weird, because downtown, that's where you are. You're on the sidewalks.
But
because I did see a gang of them. There was like 6 guys. And
were they wearing chaps?
They were going down Farnham Street, and they were rolling deep, like 6 of them, all on the street. And I was driving up to Farnham Street off of 14th, and they were like, I'm like, what did I just witness?
I don't think they went that fast, but
like I said, they go like 10 or 15 miles an hour. They zip along.
They do.
They're like a golf
bit.
cart.
Yeah.
Golf carts, I mean, to be that low to the ground, that's fast, I mean, it's not like 40 miles an hour, but, still. It's, you've been in a go-kart at Funplex before. Mm-hmm. They zip right along,
Yeah. They still, they could go faster.
At Funplex, I'd reach around. So,
you did the reach around?
I did the reach around. No, they have little governors on them, but if you knew where that governor was at, because the rope tension thing, or the, what do you call it?
Throttle.
The throttle, yeah. When you throttle it, it'll only go to there. But you can reach back there, and wherever it's going, you can be like, boop, and you just press it and be like,
I just got my shit.
Oh yeah, no, they'd get after you though. They were like, yep. Big flag, So you just gotta kind of keep an eye on where the guys are, because they know they can go faster.
Yes. Yes, they do. They throw those throttle locks off.
Well,
at night for the employees.
I'll tell you what, Justin, my buddy. We try not to use last names around here. So Justin, we need to go out and do some go-karting again. There's over in Iowa, over by the cinema. It would be the
AMC4 or whatever.
AMC4, yeah, kind of right by. What's the
that one's actually got the cool lobby where you can like whisper on one side of the lobby and you can hear it because of that giant dome in the lobby. Yeah.
You're talking about the cinema.
Yeah.
I was talking about a go-kart place. Got it. But this is kind of over by the Mac Center.
Mid-America Center. Yeah.
Mid-America Center. Mac Center. Anyway, their go-karts go like 40 miles an hour. Ooh. Like, I don't know, maybe
you got to wear helmets and stuff.
35, 40. Yeah, you got to wear helmets.
Yeah, you don't at Funplex.
It's so cool. Like we go racing there. We went a couple. I don't know, maybe twice. Anyway, we need to go again.
Oh yeah, that's a
the
good
lion.
Yeah, the Lion King's coming back out. The Lion King's coming back out.
No. So VBS. We were talking about that at the beginning of the show. They all have to do with animals right now, and so one of them is like the elephant. The other one is the bear, and the other one I think was the lion. No, bear, elephant, and something else. Anyway, we spent the better part of half an hour just making animal noises.
Learn stuff
and make animal noises. But it was cool that they brought all those animals and actually started the VBS week out with actual real animals. You know
what I find interesting about
animals? Lions, tigers, and bears.
Specifically the male lion here with the mane and all that. And if you look at it, they're of the cat species, large.
Sure,
definitely.
Yes,
but
they will bite your arm off.
So for like house cats, whiskers are used to find like tight spots and get in and out and all that. The male lion has this giant freaking mane and whiskers still, which to me, what purpose do those whiskers serve?
None.
So that's
none.
Yeah. For those of you that are not watching, on our screen is a giant of a lion.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are the questions that kept me out of the really good schools.
Awesome. What is that from?
George Carlin.
George
man.
Carlin. That's right. That's right. George Carlin. I was like, I know that's from somewhere. I've
Yeah.
heard that before. God. He died too early.
Oh,
What a great,
brilliant.
brilliant man. Brilliant. If
you've never watched any of his stand-up comedy,
Yeah.
he is.
don't get offended by him.
He's vulgar.
Don't
but,
get offended by him.
man, he brings up stuff that is amazing.
The new pop screen. Look at that. No windy wind.
All right.
There's no. Remember, every
No
once in a
ghost
while I get a wind tunnel. It's like,
Yeah, that ghost in the machine. Yeah.
yeah. I think your pop filter is better than mine. Yeah. Lions,
Tigers.
bears,
Oh my.
right? Guyver's so excited for BBS though.
That's good.
I need another drink.
All right.
I'm gonna go probably back to the 6-year.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, pass me a glass, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Mucho appreciado.
Yeah.
There goes your. You need to oil that thing down.
Right.
Yeah. Nice.
Boop. Yeah, I tried to find my WD-40 today, and I know I've got like 2 or 3 bottles sitting in the house somewhere. I found one though, and it's half full, and it won't spray. I'm like, oh, you've lost your
Son of a gun.
sprayness.
It's a word now.
It's the sprayness of the spray bottle thing. Thank you, sir.
There you go. Yep.
I know. I wish the table was just like
I like it.
4 inches shorter,
No, I don't know.
because then we wouldn't have to do this. Like, oh,
Yeah, but then we can fit all this stuff on there.
True.
All this cool stuff on here.
it is cool stuff. You were actually. Brian was mentioning right before the show started. He's like,
Got to zoom in.
"That's
on
a
that guy.
that's a neat bartender," and I'm all like, "Oh, well, he actually works." And he's like, "He actually works? What are you talking about?" I was like, "Well, he actually there's an on-off button here, which I'll hit, but he throws the shaker around, so watch out.
Yeah. Does throw it.
He'll throw it across the room or whatnot, but." Essentially, this is an old-timey thing that I got from a buddy of mine. Oh, there goes the shaker. It's gone now.
Yep.
But Brant, cool guy, good friend of mine. He's an antiques toy dealer. Brant hooked me up with a as I spill the water, which is totally fine. He hooked me up with the bartender. He also hooked me up with the light.
Yeah. That's a cool light too.
The stoplight, which we rarely use, changing it.
No, we always keep it on the bars open.
Yeah, the bar is always open. Though.
Yeah, because we always have the after talk afterwards.
Right.
So,
All right, that's enough of that.
That's enough of that guy.
That's enough of that.
It's cool. Oh no, not the
Oh no, the bunny. Oh yeah, some people don't know about all this stuff. Like this guy, this bunny. If you guys remember the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail,
Search for the
but
Holy
he's
Grail.
got huge fangs.
Huge
Pointy fangs.
Oh man, I think we're so
We've gone into our hour.
should we
of.
should we shut it down?
We should shut it down. I don't want to shut it down, but we'll
there's
shut
always
it
the after talk.
Yes.
we gotta plug that every now and again.
down. Right, exactly.
That we have never released.
You know,
Someday we'll have 12 volume set. Of
we
our after
have
talk.
hours and hours and hours and hours of after talk stuff, and it's. I guess it's like, what do we? I mean, we're just getting drunker, I guess. Just like us at the end of this show right now, just rambling on. We just continue to do that.
but curse.
Yeah, exactly. We curse and we listen to music, and so like we're not paying for that, so
Yeah.
there's that. But if we ever make it big, man, if we ever make it big, we're gonna release that stuff for a small fee.
Not if. When.
When? Oh, there you go. Perfect. Well, better said.
Well, mucho better.
Well, better said.
Yep. All right. Well, to wrap things up, to summarize this talk,
it was fun.
Yeah. We just kind of
threw it
BS for
together.
about an hour.
Hey, it was good though.
Pretty much.
It was the start of the summer episode.
It
is
was.
what it was. It was. You and I have been super busy, and we knew we needed to put one out. Otherwise, if we went one more week, it would have been darn near a month.
Right.
So we needed to get this one out so that hopefully, I think in 2 weeks, I need to firm it up, but I think we're going to be with Vis Major in 2 weeks. So I want to, hopefully.
We've been trying to get them on for like a year.
She put it on her Google Calendar on her phone or Apple Calendar, whatever she's got. She put it on her calendar.
One of them digital fangled things.
I put it on my calendar, and she's like, "Yep, that sounds great. That's the week before Beer Fest, so it should be fine."
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're golden.
Excellent.
I believe. So don't quote me on that.
Yep.
But
we'll cross our fingers.
Hopefully that happens.
Yeah.
Should be fun. I've been wanting to get there for 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
Everything since we started the show, I think I've been wanting to go over there.
It's a neat place.
We've had their beer on our show like 2-3 times.
Little neighborhood bar.
For sure. And their popcorn's amazing. Their truffle butter popcorn.
They got some good snacks there.
They do.
Yep. Well, so we've been talking on summertime. We're talking briefly on diversity, mostly about the drink. We've been drinking on Templeton Rye.
Yeah, it's been great.
4-year and the 6-year, and
Yum.
all the differences between the two. What's your most defining characteristic between the two?
Great tasting rye whiskey.
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
The 6-year to me, the caramel flavors really stand out.
Caramello.
It is a little higher alcohol content. It's a 91.5 proof, whereas the regular 4-year, it's got some very subtle flavors. So for those of you that like drinking this whiskey neat, that I would go with the 6-year for sure.
Yeah, it does. Like I just took a sip of that 6-year. It's got a little bit more bite, a little bit more burn to it.
A little bit. But after a couple sips,
I mean, if you're a whiskey drinker, you shouldn't mind that.
No. Or if you just suck it up.
Just be a real man. Be a real girl man thing. Whatever.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. I know we just kind of BS'd for a while, but whatever.
Right? That's what we do best on this show, though.
Yeah. It was fun. It was a good time. Good drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And
George, we missed you, buddy. I wish you would have been here.
Yeah. It would have brought a little more to the conversation.
It always does. It always brings in a half an hour more conversation.
Yep. I think you would have brought some good stuff to the table.
Absolutely.
Well, catch you in probably 2 weeks or so.
Yes. Cheers.
Yeah. So thanks, Britt, for hosting again.
Yeah.
In your studio.
In the studio with the lion.
Yep. All right. Well, my name's Brian.
I'm Britt.
And thanks for joining us.
Yep.